Hi! Today we're reviewing the Advent Calendar from the LEGO Harry Potter series. Harry Potter Advent Calendars are rightly considered some of the best among licensed sets, as they are filled with unique details. The backdrop for this calendar is the famous Great Hall of Hogwarts, featuring a magnificent Christmas tree in the center, surrounded by flickering candles and bright decorations, as well as 4 tables representing the different houses. Let's start with the first window. Here we have Harry Potter, along with a Gryffindor stand. Harry has 2 facial expressions, one with a slight smile, as if he just caught the golden snitch, and the other looking slightly shocked, as if he just learned the price of this Advent calendar. By the way, the price of the set is $45. Harry's minifigure features a new torso design with a scarf that looks amazing. In the second window, we find the Gryffindor statue. Although the figure is a bit simplistic and doesn't really resemble a lion, it fits well into the atmosphere of Hogwarts. The third window reveals the Hufflepuff table, laid with all kinds of pastries. Pie, cookies, ice cream, and a croissant. The table looks great and creates a warm and cozy festive atmosphere. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell to not miss new episodes. The fourth window brings us a Christmas mini tree. The build is quite simple, but I really liked the use of flowers at the base and the small details that create a red and gold pattern. Completing the composition is a beautiful star on top. The fifth window introduces us to the Ravenclaw table. On it lies a book, likely dedicated to herbology or potion making. There's also a box of Bertie Bott's Every Flavor beans, a mug, and some sugar cookies. This is an interesting setup, clearly suitable for intellectuals. In the sixth window, we meet Draco Malfoy's minifigure. His torso features a print with a snake and the Slytherin symbol. The face is the same as we've seen since 2018, so it definitely needs an update. On the back, he has an angry expression. The Slytherin stand is included as well. The seventh window brings us the Slytherin statue. Like the previous figure, this statue looks more like a bird than a snake. In the eighth window, you'll find 2 cute Christmas crackers. They consist of small cupcake molds in the center and bright crowns at the ends. This is an interesting design, although I think the sizes are a bit large for such a set. The ninth window gifts us the figure of Susan Bones. This is a new figure with a new torso design featuring a scarf print with the Hufflepuff emblem. Her hairstyle is made of soft rubber, which feels nice to the touch. The minifigure has 2 facial expressions with freckles. In the 10th window, we find the Hufflepuff statue. To me, the figure resembles a little dragon. The wings have an interesting design, giving the figure a truly magical look. In the 11th window, we discover a Gryffindor table with a dark red tablecloth. On the table, there's a chessboard with 2 game pieces, along with a mug of butterbeer and a chocolate frog. Under number 12, we find 2 gifts. One box is topped with a star, and on the second box sits a figure of Hedwig with outstretched wings, as if guarding the tasty cookie inside. In the 13th window, we meet the figure of Cho Chang, a student from Ravenclaw. Her torso is also adorned with a scarf print featuring the emblem. The figure has one sad expression and another with a small smile. A stand with the Ravenclaw emblem is included. In the 14th window, we discover pieces for another statue sitting on a sphere. I like how the beak is made, but these builds do look very similar to each other. In the 15th window, we find parts for a table with a dark green tablecloth. On the table are glasses, a bottle of drink, and a jar for candies. In the 16th window, we meet the figure of the Ghost of the Choir. The figure is done in gray tones with a fluffy dress. The print on the minifigure's dress looks great, but is only on the front. If you remove the wig, you can see 2 different facial expressions, one with a gentle singing expression and the other with a bright smile. In the 17th window, we have a round stand for the tree, around which a small Hogwarts train travels. In the 18th window, we find the pieces for the tree. The tree is quite simple, but an interesting detail is the Santa hat that decorates the top. Now we can connect both parts. I think the assembled tree looks great. In the 19th window, we meet Professor Flitwick. This is another new figure, and there are rumors that a set for charms lessons will be released in 2025, so it's quite possible he will appear in that set. The professor has a new beard, which adds to his charm. Along with the figure, there's one of the collectible portraits featuring Etta Sackenberg. If you're curious, she was mentioned as an important historical figure in the school's history, and her image appeared in the collectible LEGO sets in 2024. In the 20th window, we found pieces for building a fireplace. Really, what Christmas advent calendar could do without this attribute? The construction looks cool, and the collectible portrait adds a special charm to the fireplace. The portrait features Elizabeth Burke. She is a witch and former headmistress of Hogwarts, known for her commitment to the ideas of pureblood wizards. Her portraits hang in Hogwarts, and she is part of the collectible cards in the LEGO Harry Potter series. In the 21st window, we got a huge garland with bright decorations. Behind the 22nd window, we find a table for the professors, decorated with a candle and 2 bright cherries. And in the 23rd window hides the main treat, a Christmas turkey adorned with golden leaves. This festive dish perfectly complements the professor's table. Finally, in the last 24th window, we have Professor Dumbledore, who looks simply amazing in his red festive outfit. He has 2 facial expressions, both smiling. I definitely consider this one of the best advent calendars of the year, despite a few lackluster builds in the form of gray statues. You can use the minifigures and builds in your collections, adding new scenes. Don't forget to share your opinion about this advent calendar in the comments. Subscribe to our channel so you don't miss new reviews, and see you next time. Goodbye, everyone!